We are in Chappell, South Carolina this morning at their public boat launch, and we're ready to go out and explore this beautiful portion of the Saluda River here in South Carolina. We're all unloaded. We've got everything going. I've even talked my wife into doing a little bit of fishing with me today, so she's all set up. We're gonna head out, get this boat in the water, and see what we can find. All right, we are on the water now. The launch here right now is it's very shallow. So with this boat, even with the stretch of this boat, it wasn't deep enough for me to be able to use that motor to get out on. You still have to push off of that ramp. So the ramp is a very gradual drop into it. In order to get the boat off of this trailer floating, I had to completely submerge the whole trailer just to get this to float off the trailer. So keep that in mind if you ever do come here, that you're probably going to get wet launching your boat here, unless you want to do that quick drive and slam on your brakes and let your boat slide off into the water. But if you want to do a nice slow controlled launch in here, you're definitely going to get wet. Which brings up the other topic of this area right now. It's a very, they call it a class 1 rapids. It's not very fast flowing at all. I'm in about 5 feet of water right now. The average depth in this part of the river is anywhere between 3 to 10 feet. So you're really not going to be taking a big fishing boat here. You're definitely not going to see skiers on this water. I can even see a couple of areas here where there's some pretty good logs in the water that you really have to watch out for. There's a really big one right there. I mean, we're in 1 foot of water right now. So I am going super slow, and I want to get off over there into the shallows. So it is very shallow in this. So I'm very grateful right now for my short shaft that I have on here. We just beached it right there. So we are definitely in the shallows right now.
I turned you off.
Yeah.
So what's the plan?
Get the trolling motor down and back myself up over that way.
And do we take this boat home and
No,
come
I'm
back?
actually towing it. I'm just gonna use the trolling motor to come down right here.
Okay. Do I get out and sort of push you off?
If you want, you can get off and push it if you want over that.
It's clear.
It's very, is it cold?
It's like I didn't breathe. It's flowing pretty good though. You're not gonna videotape me doing this?
I don't know where the video camera is, so.
It's in the bag. I'll get on the other side so I can get in. Feels good.
Back to what I was saying. This is not a deep hull water. I mean, this is not a deep hull river for sure. I'm sure at times the depth in here is a lot deeper than what it is right now. But right now we're tickling 2 feet of water right now. Back there, it was less than a foot of water. There's a big shoal back there. Anne had to actually get out. Anne didn't have to. She volunteered to get out of the boat and to kind of push us through it. It is really,
It felt
really,
good though.
it was felt.
It's only early morning. We woke up early to come out, and it felt good to get out in the water already.
It did. So I'm kind of trying to follow the contours here. I am really glad that I got a John boat and I got a short shaft engine back there, because a long shaft, you wouldn't be able to navigate this part of the river, at least right now. So if you're gonna come out here, you may want to check what the depth is at that time, because it's not a forgiving depth. Let's just say that. I won't be going wide open throttle anytime soon in here. I'm not seeing a whole lot of fish at the moment. I'm sure there's probably some right over here. We could probably pick a spot to fish at one of these times we want. We're getting a little bit more deeper now, showing about 8 feet here. So yeah, it's shallow. Probably a really good place to bring the pelican, to be honest with you. I didn't realize it was this shallow. I should follow my own advice. Check what the depth is at that time before I come out here, but we're here. We're gonna make the best of it. Nothing else, I'm gonna deploy the trolling motor and we'll just trolling motor it through here, and when we need to get out, we'll get out and push it, and we'll have fun that way. So.
Now you did check though, a little bit though, and you did say that John boat would be the biggest boat that you would want to put on this river.
Definitely.
And so
definitely.
It is just, I think it's a little lower than normal. Now, this river it's on both ends there's dams, correct?
Yeah, this one connects Lake Murray and what's the other lake?
Greenwood.
And Greenwood. So it's Greenwood and Lake Murray. It pretty much connects both of those lakes, empty into the Saluda River here. So up in Greenville, Greenville Lake dumps into the Saluda River. The Saluda is flowing south, I believe it is, and then it actually flows past Lake Murray, where Lake Murray also empties into it. So it also all depends on when they're trying to vary the depths of those two, of that river upstream. You know, if they're not dumping, this isn't getting that water right now. So we're getting a little bit deeper pockets on 9-6. We're starting to see a couple of schools of fish here. So we'll explore a little bit more, and then we'll throw out and try fishing a little bit.
So this is actually my pick of places to try today. We have kayaked a little bit on this location. Actually, we found this location by accident. We were traveling from home up to the Greenville area one day, and we saw this boat landing on the side, so we pulled over and checked it out. And we started looking at it more and more. And I always wanted to just see a little bit further down, and with the kayaks you can only go so far. So Billy did this project, and I asked him if we could go out here and check it out. I wanted to, I'm actually excited that it's somewhat shallow in areas. Not great. I wish we would have taken the Pelican, knowing what I know now. But we wanted to get the John boat out, and we thought with the gas motor we'd be able to explore more. So it will be curious to see if it does.
I got to get up there with that trolling motor though.
Ooh, yeah, we're hitting big rocks. This really might not be the best. Ish. So Billy's got the trolling motor going now, and honestly, I think that might be a better option than using the gas motor at this time. Like you're risking hitting some serious boulders in the water.
And I've got the trolling motor very shallow right now. It is not. Because you can probably see it right now. Look at that big ledge right there. That's rock.
Yeah. In the water there, you can see it.
Let's see if I can go in the water today.
It's a good day for it. It's a beautiful morning.
Definitely is.
Just so you know, you guys, we are not morning people, so we don't usually get up in the morning to go
No.
fishing, but we know we probably should. So we did it today. Because it's been so warm, we gotta get up, get moving.
And really, I'm just gonna go with the flow of the river right now on the way down.
Yeah, it's a really nice current.
I want to spin the fish finder around. That'd be interesting.
Here, I'll do that for you.
Ooh, it is shallow though.
I don't think the other direction was as shallow as this, is it?
I don't know. A lot of people do go that way. I saw when we were here last time.
The opposite way, you mean?
Yeah.
Towards Greenwood Lake.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like, I would love to go kayaking on this now that I'm seeing this. I'm excited to check out this lake. Or not this lake, this river.
There's somebody fishing right over there. That's those guys are fishing. It's shallow though. And look at the current way it picks up there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in there.
You might damage the trolling motor with it.
I'm pretty shallow with the trolling motor right now, so I do have a lot of room to give.
But you still have the motor hanging.
Yeah, but I'm just barely below the hull.
Okay. It may be 4 or 5, but there is a lot of rocks. Like you can see that boulder over there. I mean, there's a lot of boulders in here. It's beautiful country though, I'll tell you.
I don't know, man.
Might turn around.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say about this river is we hit somewhere a little bit further downstream. We hit the rapids pretty good. My trolling motor wasn't pulling us out of it. We did have to start up the gas motor to get out of it. So unless you got some pretty good power on your bass racer, I probably wouldn't take it here once you hit them rapids. And if you're in a kayak, you're really paddling hard to make it across those rapids that are down this way. That's if you get in off the boat ramp and you go right. It gets really shallow. We're trying to make our way back to the boat ramp and go a little bit further north towards Greenville Lake and see if it deepens a little bit there. So we're full steam ahead now. So to add to the fish species here, I'll kind of go over what ChatGPT kind of told me in South Carolina. There's bass, crappie, your standard typical fish that you would find in a local river like this. But I've been playing around with a little garfish over here for about 15-20 minutes. He just won't bite, but he's about that big. Not a very big one, but he's definitely a gar. He's got a snout on him like that big and just super thin, but he wouldn't bite. So hey, add that to your list of species on here.
The one thing I'll say about this section of the river, it is not very crowded at all. It's so peaceful. You actually can hear the birds and the crickets and all the sounds of nature. You know, if you watched our battery challenges, we did one on the lead acid battery and one on the lithium ion batteries. See how far we could push them. And we did that at Betty's Branch, and that's in the city area. It's in Evans, Georgia. And we enjoy going there, don't get me wrong, but it is very crowded. This is very, like, you'll see 1 or 2 other people, but this is a Sunday morning, and it's very calm, quiet. I mean, you really get back to nature here.
Here we go. that hook in my...
Looks like a nice little catch.
We're calling it in for the day. It's getting really hot. It is now 11:55. I'm starting to glisten. As soon as I start to glisten, that's when the day is over being out on the water. It's a beautiful morning out on the water. This is a very cool spot to come fish. Let's kind of recap the ins and outs of this little stretch of the river. This bass boat, this boat is technically kind of large for this body of water. It's not super large, but I'm sure I know for a fact that the water depth does change throughout here depending on when they're releasing the lake up front. I have a feeling it's very low right now. So you really, again, you want to check it to see what the depths of this river is before you bring out a bigger boat like this. We hit bottom a lot. You can only go about 2 miles that way and 2 miles that way, if that even, before it's really not passable in this one. It gets super heavy rapids. It gets very shallow. I'm talking rapids in 1 foot of water and less. So I smashed my front trolling motor. I smashed my rear motor. We turned around. We went in both directions and did it both ways. So keep that in mind. Smaller boat, you are going to want gas power, because you hit those shoals back there. If you get caught into the rapids on there, that motor, I got a 55 foot-pound I got 45 foot-pound thrust on here, and this wasn't enough to get me out of the rapids back there. I did have to go back and turn that gas motor on to get me out of it. Just that is something you really do have to know, is make sure you have enough power. I'm kayaking on here. I would only kayak against it and make sure you have the flow of the river to take you back. I probably wouldn't go that way unless I plan to go all the way and to pull out at the next boat ramp, but I wouldn't want to paddle back against that current. Fish species here, all your typical fish you're going to find here, your crappies, your bluegills. There are a ton of bass in here. That is probably the most prevalent fish in here is a bass. There are gar in this body of water, large gar. I saw one about that big chasing my bait back there. Thank the Lord he didn't grab it, because I don't have a way of getting him off my hook. I do not. I forgot my pliers, which is a big no-no. I shouldn't have did that, but I forgot my pliers. If he would have grabbed onto my lure, we would have had a fun time trying to get him off. There are some big gar. I talked to some fishermen up the stream, and they said there's even bigger gar than that in here, and they come out of nowhere. So yes, there are gar in here too if you're into the gar fishing. Other than that, the water is crystal clear. It is so nice. It was probably one of the first times I was actually able to get out and really see the depths of my prescription polarized glasses, where I could really see into the water and see the fish. It was pretty cool. Very, very clear water. Warm. That's why we're on the boat ramp right now. I had to crawl into the water to get it onto it, and it didn't bother me one bit to have to do that. All in all, this is a pretty cool place to come. We're going to bring the Pelican back here probably and go upstream with it and see how far we can get with it one of these times. Probably be a lot funner in the Pelican, making sure we can actually get upstream. I will bring my 2 batteries if I do that next time. But other than that, it's pretty cool. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Put a like, a comment down there. Tell me where you want me to go in South Carolina. Maybe we can check it out. And until then, happy fishing.